we're on our way back to that one pipe heating system conversion job. The customer's not happy with the pipes on the skirting boards. I think they want them under the floor. The reason we put them on the skirting board is because it was laminate flooring and it was discussed on site at the time. But anyway, we'll have to go back and have a look, see what we can sort. He wants new radiators in there now anyway, so the pipes would have been in the wrong place, because we're going to put some anthracite ones in to match downstairs. So yeah, we'll pop back and have a look at that. We'll be able to do it, but obviously it's just going to cost a little bit more money now. And if I'd known at the time, as I say, it was discussed. But anyway, I'm not going to waffle on too much. We'll go back and have a look and see what we can sort. There's always a solution. I know it looks a lot easier now. We've got the whole room cleared and all the flooring up, but this was laminate flooring. So these are the offending pipes. Before it just had one pipe clipped on the skirting, and all I did was put two. Everywhere else, in all the rest of the house, I was able to hide the pipes. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to pick them back up from the other side. They're already under the floors. Unfortunately, I haven't got my radiators on site yet. They were supposed to be here on Friday. It's Monday today, but they're apparently coming tomorrow. So all I'm going to do is put speed fit pipes under the floor. I would use copper. I mean, I could notch in, but I think it's just going to be better to drill all the way through, feed speed fit in, and then I'll cut T's in when I get my radiators. We're having designer anthracite ones, as we already said. So I'll get the heating system drained down. This was all filled up, and yeah, we'll get this one sorted. It will look better under the floor. I'm not denying it at all. It was just what was discussed at the time, and then it just runs around from the other room into this room here. So we'll do the same. We'll try and get, I don't know how well we'll do it. Might have to take a little bit more of this. Mind you, we've got a double joist there, haven't we? Try and get our pipes through there, keep them away from them cables. Might just have to take that bit of brick out there or something. We'll have a look at it, we'll sort it, and then when we get in here, it's not so much of a problem. We'll get this draining down from here. These service valves are just put in temporary on my drops, so I could drain it. This was an existing rather than existing drop, but still need to sort that out because somebody's joined the flow and return. We'll open these upstairs air taps. That'll let all the air in, and that'll empty these out. Then we can start to get the pipework cut out. What I'm going to do in this room, rather than notching it, I think I'm going to drill these joists out. Technically I should be a little bit more across. I might lift one of these boards up here yet, just to get it away from the span, but I'm just going to thread plastic pipe through. And the reason I'm doing it like that is if anybody comes to fix anything again in the future, they're not going to hit my notch. Plus, drilling the joist doesn't weaken it as much as notching it. You can take a quarter out of this joist if you drill a hole in the centre of it, but you can only take an eighth if you notch it. So I think I'm going to lift this board here up to get it away from the edge, so we're in the drilling zone, and then we're just going to thread some plastic pipe through. We're having all new radiator valves as well, that's why I'm using grips, because these are simply going in the scrap bin now. I wouldn't normally use grips if it was finished chrome surface, but making a difference. What I'll do is I'll put a plumb thumb on there just to make it a bit easier for me to carry it down the stairs. Bit of a gimmick, but they do make it a little bit easier. Even sleeving my pipe a little. From the side, this rad should just lift it on. Nothing to get hold of on it. Brackets on them. Square bolt screws as well. The original rads, they needed changing really, but as I say, we weren't down to do them originally. Golden rule, never leave nails sticking up. Always knock them out, otherwise somebody will walk in and get them through their foot. I could use a proper crowbar, but I get on just as well with a hammer and screwdriver. It's how I do it, and it doesn't split the boards. I've been contacted in the past week by quite a few companies. Well, I always get contacted, but this week it's been like every other day. And like, my channel's not sponsored because I just enjoy doing what I do. I got contacted by one company, and I hate their products. Like, I'm not going to go into names or anything like that, but I've had no any problems with their products, so I'm not going to. If I were ever to be sponsored, it would have to be a company who I really like. I'm not just going to take something just because it's money. One company wanted to pay me to do a short, and I'm not interested in any of that. They wanted to. They said, what did they say on the email? They said, oh, we'll make you a VIP, you know, all the things. I said, I didn't even respond back because the only thing on VIP, I'm a very incompetent plumber. But yeah, that's just how I see it. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not interested in anything like that. I just want to do my job to the best of my ability. And I'm going to get jobs like this where the customer's not happy. And as I say, if I was sponsored, potentially, like, you can get free stuff, and you can see how, like, some of them start to do it, have the best tools and stuff like that. But I'm not interested in any of that. It's real world, you know. Like, I'm not going to advertise a product that costs 500, 600, 700 quid. When generally it's just a gimmick and nobody's ever going to buy it, you know. I'm not a salesman, I'm a plumber, and that's the way I see it. If they're using me to sell their product, and a lot of it you'll start to see when you sort of get in there. I get like emails from companies, and you start to see it on like other people. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that if that's what they want to do, but you're thinking, yeah, actually, it's what you're watching is an advert. You know, me with my whacking screwdriver, it's not an advert, you know, it's just some screwdriver. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, the reason I'm not sponsored, I want to keep the channel as real as possible, and hopefully a lot of people appreciate that, and I just want to be genuine. So I'm going to show you my mess ups. I'm not going to show you the things that aren't so good, and I do feel bad about this job, there's no doubt about it, but I'll put it right for the customer. We'll get it sorted, we'll make sure they're happy, and that is the most important thing. What we got? 180. All I'm going to do is put a line on my scrap bit of copper. 90, that's the centre of my joist. I haven't got to keep measuring it every time then. So I just do it like that. We'll cut that off at 90 because that's half my joist. All I have to do is pop that there. That's half. I'll go 50mm apart. So now I don't have to measure anything. So all the rest of them can just, that's me 90. And 50mm apart is there. That's got them all drilled out. As I say, they're well out the way of any nails or screws when they put the boards back down. So what we're going to do is feed some speed fit across here, just in one long length, and then when we get the radiators, we'll cut T's in where exactly we need them to be, and then we'll just bring them up. Hopefully they don't fall on the joist, but I haven't got the size of the radiators yet. So we're just using standard 15mm speed fit straight lengths. I did think about getting a coil. Sometimes it is hard work. A coil probably works out a little bit cheaper, but straight lengths are just easier to work with sometimes. What we'll do, when we get this one fed in, we'll blow down the end of it to get all the dust out of the pipe. Take us straight through. I think that's our pipe on the other side, we've just got to join in. And this is where plastic really comes into its own. I know I could have used copper and notched it, but at least plastic, it won't squeak. What I'm going to do is cut some up in the middle along this run, so we can put some timbers across to support the pipework, otherwise it's just going to sag. So we'll have a few up, evenly spaced. Take one more there up because we've got to get a drill in anyway. So we'll take that up, and that up. So that's got us done this side. So we clipped all the way through into that other space. There's another clip on that in there. See it? Just there. So yeah, they should be fine. They're all supported. I say when I get the radiators, I'll just cut the T's in where they need to be. So we'll get done that side, and then we'll get all this copper ripped out. And that's as much as I can do for today until we've got some radiators on it. So that's got these brought through into this space here. What I'll do is when I come back, I'll bring some timber so we can pin these up. I'm not exactly sure where the radiators are going. I'm guessing the new ones are going to be slightly narrower, but I may be wrong. But we've got one pipe into that area, and then the other one comes across here. So we just, as I say, we'll clip them, hang the radiators and get that sorted. In fairness, it just looks so much better not being on the skirting board. I'm not disputing it at all, but as I say, at the time, you just couldn't do it because of the laminate floor. It was actually quicker for me to do it like this under the floors rather than on the skirting. It's taken me a couple of hours this morning. So yeah, not sure what I'm going to do with all this copper though. Might be able to reuse some of it, but a lot of it is going to be scrap, I think. Most important thing is custom down, which you'll worry about, yeah, we'll find just a lot. So I might I think it's custom that bit, so I take that little bit. So my radiators have turned up now, and they are weird brackets on these. All these do, it looks like they clip straight on there. There's two settings, so closer to the wall or further back, and there's rubber pads already on the back of the radiator so it won't click. So it should just be a case of screwing them on the wall, correct distances apart, top and bottom. And yeah, the rad will just drop straight onto there, but I suppose they're not a bad idea if you're struggling for fixings, because you can move it across, I guess, a little bit, you know, if your stud was there or something, rather than the like hook ones. But yeah, not bad. So that's centre of the window, and we just need to work out the height of the radiators. I'm probably going to do bottom of the bracket 300 for the screw holes. So that's got it dropped on the wall, it's nice and level. We've got some anthracite radiator valves to put on. Shame they don't make them anthracite as well on the tails. But hopefully, I know we need to Loctite them in. Yeah, just seeing how much of the tail is going to be left. Now, we'll probably be able to wind them right in. Yeah, so you won't see a lot of it anyway, you're just going to see that bit. So we'll drop them straight down the floor, and all we need to do is tee onto our flow and returns. But what I'll do is I'll leave the decorator's cap on, because the decorator's in here next week. Depends, we'll leave the radiators off, we'll just leave the pipes up with that capped off like that. That way that TRV can't open up. And likewise the lock shield will just turn off. So yeah, we'll get this radiator piped up quickly and then we'll wrap the video up. Some of these radiators you do have to put a baffle in, and it does matter which is flow and return. They sometimes send you one you have to knock in yourself, but this one doesn't appear to have one. So I'll just read the instructions quickly. I can't feel anything, so I'm assuming there's like bits that send the radiator, send it up to the top. I don't know, we'll read the instructions, and they say sometimes these are flow sensitive. So they'll be marked inlet and outlet sometimes. These are the only instructions that come with the radiator, and it doesn't mention anything about being flow sensitive. So I'm guessing we could just connect either side to either side and it shouldn't make any difference. It is one thing you do have to watch this. Let's just basically hang in. Nothing else. Nothing else with it. So yeah, we'll just get it packed up. These TRVs are bi-directional, so just to confirm, years ago, they only had one error, they checked the machine on one direction. All I'm going to do is put a speed fit T on there, get that one connected up, and then the other one will just go straight across and into it. I've done that one with a little bit of a kick, so there's no strain or anything on the pipes. I wouldn't normally use that aggressive flame, but this is a quick fly, so you can't control it on this one. I do have a super fire, but it doesn't like it, so it gets on my nerves. I need to fix it, so that's the only reason I'm soldering with such a big flame. Right, so that's got that first one all piped up. I'm going to end the video there. I'm not going to film any of the others because it's just the same thing. Got 4 upstairs. I might do the downstairs. I haven't actually got them on site yet, but they're tall column ones, and we've got some pipework to run into them. So that'll be another job if I get time to film it. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. It's just a bit of an insight into my life. Not every job goes as well as you want it to, obviously, with them pipes across the skirting board, but we've sorted it so the customer's happy now. And that's the main thing. So if the customer's happy, I'm happy. So yeah, I do try and show you the interesting bits, the bits that happen to everybody, but sometimes, it's just how it goes. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next week.